All right. Hi, English 8. All right. So, first of all, I apologize for getting this posted a little later than I intended. I wanted to record Wednesday night, and that just didn't work out with some things that were going on here. And so I am trying to get two lessons, one for my English 1 class and you guys, recorded and uploaded and all of that. Hopefully by lunch, it'll be available and you'll be able to see it. Um, so anyway, today, like I said in the email, it was going to be, we were going to do a little bit. I was going to introduce some things, review a little bit for your grammar test, and then I was going to let you use the classroom to run through your plays. Hopefully, all of you have a completed script. Um, and if you do, you are in good shape. Remember, as far as the plays, I am not grading your performance for perfection at all. I do want to see that you have worked on it, that it is somewhat put together, and that you've prepared and worked hard. The majority of your grade, the most points of your grade, comes from your written script. So I would really spend time on that. Um, and then just kind of know what you're supposed to be doing. The fact that we aren't going to be able to be in the class, it's unfortunate, but we will still have to move on. Um, One of the main reasons is because after next Thursday, February 27th, you will not be back in English 8 until I think it's March 20th. I'd have to look at a calendar to confirm that. But you're off for 2 weeks. You'll have to come that one Tuesday because of the snow day at the beginning of the quarter. But um, on Thursday, we won't come. We'll miss 2 weeks. And so by the time we come back, we're in the fourth quarter and we're just not turning back. So we will perform the plays next week. And obviously I'll take into consideration that we missed that class, but I do expect for you to be prepared. You can do a Zoom call with your group, whoever can. Hopefully, most everybody can do that, or Google Meets, or even a FaceTime if all of you have Apple products. I think you can do that. If you can't do that, you have your script, know what you're supposed to do. Sorry about that. That's going to happen that sound when I'm getting emails. So sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to jump in here. So what we are doing, I'm going to go over the answers for your hyphens, dashes, parentheses, and ellipses homework. So if you don't have that, pause this video, grab that, get something to write with so you can make corrections. I'm going to go over that page. I'm going to talk about the grammar test that's going to take place this week. Okay, so all right, so hopefully you have that now with you. This is page 91, where you did the complete it and you had those phrases and you had to add hyphens where they belonged. If they didn't need a hyphen, you put a check mark in the box or the blank. All right, so number one, you would put a hyphen between close and up. Number two, between 20 and 4. 3 would be a check mark. You don't need a hyphen. 4 between get and together. 5 between life and size. Number 6 between 60 and 5. Number 7 is correct, so check mark. Number 8, check mark. Number 9 between long and distance. And number 10 between worn and out. Okay. You'll look then on the next page, you had to either rewrite the sentences or add them in. Either missing hyphens, dashes, parentheses, or ellipses. Some of these you could use 2 or even 3 of these. There's not necessarily there's several right answers to these. So I'll try to indicate that but just know you could use one of those. Hyphens are used differently, but dashes, parentheses, ellipses are sometimes used in the same way. All right, number 1. My neighbor, he lives in the blue house, has 6 cats. He probably heard it, that he lives in the blue house. Could be in parentheses or with dashes. So you would surround that phrase with either of those things. 2, Simone is participating in the spelling bee this weekend. I think what would work there are the ellipses, dot, 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 and she plans to win. A dash would work as well. I think the ellipses is stronger. Number 3, Audrey downloaded her photos. She just got a digital camera and started to edit them. So she just got a digital camera, parentheses or dashes. Probably parentheses or dashes are the best one. 4, Mr. Toshi just turned 44. You need a hyphen between 40 and 4. 5, Ian thought and thought. He thought some more, but he couldn't think of an excuse. So what I would do is Ian thought and thought, ellipses. He thought some more, ellipses, but couldn't think of an excuse. You could use dashes as well. 6, Daniel babysits for a set of well-behaved twins. You need a hyphen between well and behaved. I actually forgot to add it on my Keynote. Number 7, traveling to Rochester to see grandma, even though it's a long trip, is always the best part of summer. So I would use after grandma, I would use dashes, parentheses, or ellipses around even though it's a long trip. 8, after you've mixed the batter, make sure the oven is preheated. You can fill up the muffin cups. You would need to put a parentheses around you can fill up the muffin cups. And because that's a whole sentence there, I think parentheses works best. 9, the high today should be between 75 and 78 degrees. You need hyphens between 70 and 5 and 78 for the numbers. And then 10, we should go now unless you'd like me to pick you up later. We should go now, ellipses, dot, 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 unless you'd like me to pick you up later. All right, so hopefully you did fine on that. It's pretty easy stuff. So this week at home, you are going to take a grammar test, just like you took the literature test last week. It will be on Schoology again. It covers all of the punctuation we've done all quarter. So going all the way back to the beginning, I think we started with capitalization and end marks, all the way through what we just covered, the hyphens, etc. In order to prepare and study, you need to know the rules. Okay, so I have some questions about the rules, true, false, matching questions. Almost treat them like definitions, if you will. So on these pages that I've been giving you here, you'll have some information there that you need to read over and be familiar with. A lot of it is common sense. A lot of it you already know, but just read over those. You could also look at the slides that I use in class. I might need to still add a couple, but I have all of those on Schoology. If you click the Q3 grammar folder, you'll see the sheets that can be printed, but you'll also see where I have those slides that I use in class. So either one is a good way to study. The other thing that you can do is I had these printed all ready to go. So now I have a bunch of copies that I don't need. I'll have to save them for next year, I guess. But there is the review. So this is just the first page of the review. It's actually 4 pages of just reviewing all of the punctuation that we have covered. But what I mean by 4 pages, 4 one-sided pages. If you print it double-sided, it'll just be 2. This is, again, your bonus, like it always is. So you'll bring it to class next week to turn in, and I will add it to whatever grade you got on the test leading up to that day. I will also, tomorrow, when I send the email, I will send a separate email to your parents with the key for this. Highly suggest if you're not doing that step, you're not getting half the benefit of doing this. So do it on your own, see how you do. And then with the key that I will email to your parents, correct your work and see where your problem areas are, and then go back and see what you can do to kind of remedy that. Practice some more, look up some things online or whatever you need to do. The test will go live tomorrow for grammar. It is, I believe, 25 questions, and I think you have the same. I might have given you a little more time. I can't remember, but it's 30 or 40 minutes. Um, you're not supposed to use notes or anything like that. It is all, there's some multiple choice and some true false. And then there's a larger section that is all multiple choice. But what it is I give you a sentence and I give you that same sentence three times, and you are choosing the one that is punctuated correctly. So it's the same sentence content wise, but I just punctuated it differently or capitalized it differently. And so you're going to figure out which one, based on these rules that you're supposed to know, is punctuated correctly. Now, I want to say one thing about this. It shouldn't be a hard test, but don't go too quickly. This is one you really want to slow it down. You'll have plenty of time. Um, because punctuation marks are teeny teeny. And if you read through those really quick and think, oh, yeah, that's correct, and I'm just picking that one, you're bound to make some pretty silly mistakes. So, really read and analyze those sentences. Take some time, slow down, read them well, and make sure you know it's clear which one is correct. So there's three sentences for each of those questions, and you're picking the one. It says this every single time, but you're picking the one that is punctuated correctly. Two incorrectly, two of them are incorrect. One is correct. You're picking the correct one. Okay. So, and all of those directions are on there. So, again, you get one attempt, same time frame. It'll go live, I think, tonight at midnight. So Friday midnight, and then you'll have until Wednesday, I think it's the 26th, at 11:59, and you'll need to take it before then. And then I'll add these bonus points if you bring this back and turn it in. I'll add 5 points to your test for accomplishing that. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about that through email or in the comment section. I would love to do that. All right. Let's see. What else was I going to go over? Okay. Other thing for homework. So we are going ahead. Let's see. Where did I put that? We are going ahead and starting to read this book. Most of this will be done in the third quarter, but we are starting it this week. So you do have homework for this. You're going to read the first three chapters. And here's the thing. Every week you have homework with this, you're reading three chapters. Three chapters. These chapters aren't super, super long, and this is not a hard book to read. So reading it should not be a hardship or anything for anybody. Your homework with this, besides reading, is you will have a 10-question comprehension quiz, but you also have study guides. You will need to print those, okay? They are in, the one you need for this one is in the third quarter literature folder. It will say Witch of Blackbird Pond. I always abbreviate it WBBP, and it's chapters 1 through 3. You're going to open that, print the study guide. There's space on there for you to write the answers and bring that to class next week. We will check homework before we do the plays. We will probably not, it'll depend, but we will probably not go over that homework until we get back from break, but you are responsible for it. So technically, you have a test and a quiz that you're taking online this week. Just the regular quiz that you're used to on the first three chapters, 10 questions, just to see that you read it and understood it. And then you have the grammar test. You don't have to take them at the same time. You can do them whenever. So, just I wanted to make sure you understood that and that you're responsible for printing this. If you ever have problems with your printer, that's okay. Just pull up the study guide on your screen, write your answers, bring that to be checked in class. We'll be going over the answers. It's better if you can print it, but if you ever have any problems, you're out of paper, out of ink, your printer's broken, whatever, just pull it up on your computer screen or your iPad screen or whatever you're doing, and then write the answers out. They aren't hard, and it isn't a ton of writing. You don't have to use complete sentences, just enough to where you understand what you've written. Okay? So don't forget this. That is part of your homework this week. Um, I guess that's it. Um, so I need for you to respond to something. What was I going to have you respond to? All right. Why don't you tell me in the comment section um, how your group plans to um, prepare for your play? So if you are having a Zoom meeting or if you're getting together at lunch on Tuesday or whatever, which you could do if everyone's there for lunch, maybe you could stay for lunch and that would give you like 15 minutes or so to find a little corner somewhere. Actually, oh no, you couldn't. I'm not there. Never mind. I started to say you could come in my classroom, but I'm not there on Tuesdays. Um, but you could do that on Thursday next week if you wanted to. I could let you use the classroom. I can go eat in the hallway, and let groups use the classroom if you wanted to do that. Um, English 8B, I'm not as concerned about you because there's only two groups, and I will let you maybe run through it once in class on Thursday. 8A, you're not going to have time because there's four groups and we won't have time to do a run through and the play. So 8A, you need to find some way to practice, rehearse, or whatever. So let me know in the comments um, of this, not on YouTube, but on Schoology, where I've posted the link. Let me know what your group plans to do. If you don't know yet, tell me you don't know. But that you're working on it. But that just lets me know, first of all, that you're thinking about it, you're aware of it, and it also lets me know that you saw this video. Okay. So I will be sending out the regular email tomorrow. So if you want some confirmation on what you're supposed to do for homework, things like that, I'll also be sending the key to your parent for the answer key for the grammar review. I believe that's it. So I will end this video and I hope that you guys have a good rest of your week.